Hey, hey, hey. Where's everybody? Hello. Well, I'm here. Welcome to the Heikadelic show. Looks like it's just me tonight. Yeah, we have some weird technical stuff going on as usual. But there's George. Look at that
Hello.
lovely face. All right. Well, let's get the two of us so far.
Okay, just the two of us.
Our fans are out there.
Sounds like a song.
I know, eh? You could make a well, it's all about music, aren't we? So we'll write a song.
Just the two.
And this must be Derek. There he is. There's Derek. All righty.
Derek the drummer.
And Mr. Ringo will be with us a little later on.
Okay.
He's having technical difficulties too. Well, guys, welcome to the Heikadelic show. How's everybody?
Good. I think Vicky.
Ducky? Yeah. Here, let me fix that. Right there we go.
Issues.
Oh.
All right, we'll see if this vital piece of technical thingy works or not.
The vital piece. The piece we need.
The absolute essential.
We need this right. We need it right now.
Absolutely, we do.
Can you do it?
Let's find out.
Are you ready? Cheers, everybody.
All right.
Derek, you look so sad.
Derek, you all right?
I don't have a drink.
Heavy week. We'll go get one.
I probably will.
We'll cover for you.
Yeah.
We got your back.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to get this all set up, and sometimes it's just a bugger, eh?
Work.
No, eh? I know. I got
same thing I do every week. I did this week, and all of a sudden, there's nothing there. I can't do nothing.
Really?
Yeah. I had everything set up to the ballroom.
John says hi, and Sandra says cheers, guys.
All right. Awesome.
Hello, Sandra. I wonder if she'll get our backside tonight. She did very well last week.
Yes, she did. She's a star.
That was Sandra,
yeah. And nice to see you out there too, John. That's awesome. Yeah, Sandra must wait for our show to come on because it looks like she's almost the very first one that chimes in every week.
That's right. She's head of the line. Head of the line.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are cutting out or it's me that's cutting out.
I can hear. I can hear. Heiko,
you seem fine, bud.
Problem. You hear me?
I don't hear anybody cutting out. Yeah. Oh, George just froze
right
up.
now, Heiko's not moving.
No, I'm here.
I'm moving. So we don't just have technical difficulties. We also have crappy bandwidth tonight for some reason.
Right.
Is it snowing your way? It was snowing here earlier.
Not here.
Yeah, it's not.
No? Okay.
Not here. No, it's not snowing here.
Well, sorry about that. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want it to go, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they say shit happens?
It does.
I think so. And if it does, just get a bigger shovel.
And if you're a plumber, they say shit runs downhill and payday's Thursday.
Yeah.
George, did you just spill your drink?
No, my microphone.
Oh, okay.
It's like my cord got trapped.
Yeah, if I would have spilled my drink, I would have been a hell of a lot more upset than that.
No, my drink's over here. Well out of the way.
All right, well, you guys talking, get a drink.
Okay, go get a drink. Okay. Go get a drink.
Right. Okay.
I did that the other day, George. I'm sitting here. I just made myself a big, giant cocktail. I put it on the table beside me, and then I leaned over to get something, and I sat back, and the pillow moved and knocked my drink right off the table. It was like, I haven't even had a sip out of it yet. It was like, holy crap.
Years ago in England, I was doing a gig, and I was in a pub, and I had like the unit wherever I was playing off, and I had the microphone.
Yeah.
And just to the side there, when I wasn't using it, I just put it on the side of the unit. And one night I was just playing it, I put it down, and I must have put it on properly. And it kind of just rolled
Yeah.
and fell straight into my pint of beer.
Really?
Yeah, like, plop. Yeah, into a pint of beer, right? Boom, that was next to it.
Oh my God.
So
That's
after that,
brutal.
drinks were always like well away on the floor, wherever. Yeah. Never worked again, that mic.
No,
And it
I
wasn't
did
cheap
that
either.
once.
Oh, God.
Yeah. The worst spill I ever had is I built my own computers back in the day. So I had a big tall tower.
Yeah.
And I had the metal cover off because I was doing some work on it. I was adding some parts to it.
Yeah.
And I had the CD tray open because I was just looking for a CD to put in to install some software.
Yeah.
And my beer, I bumped it, and the whole beer bottle slipped off the desk, right down, landed on the CD tray that was out, bounced back up like a diving board, flipped upside down, and went right inside the computer.
Ooh.
That was that.
The computer didn't work anymore?
I had to replace almost the whole thing. It was just done. Yeah.
That was an expensive pint.
That was my worst beer spill ever.
Well, I've had I said the mic. I'm trying to think there's others, but that's the one I always remember, the microphone.
Yeah.
Sennheiser mic falling in a pint of beer.
Yeah.
So Kathy also says hi. Bobby says
Kathy?
hi. And Sean says hi.
Nice.
Your guest last week. Wow, what a trip. Yeah, Sandra. Adrian, she's quite the trip. She's a really good person.
Yes.
She knows her stuff.
Yeah.
She'll talk to you on any of them. And Sean says, "What's up? What's up?"
No, Sean. Actually, while Kathy's on watching, I'll just show her this because I mentioned it to Ringo, but I've got this for her. When we actually can interact and
we can actually see each other. Maybe, who knows?
I've got that for you, Kathy, from 1980, whatever, 5.
Oh, that's really cool.
Duran Duran, 7 UK 45, James Bond.
I just want to say that Bobby corrected me, and he did not say hi. Bobby said, "Cheers, Fackers." Actually, it's Fackers.
Well, cheers, Bobby. We love you too.
Robert.
What size is there a piece of vinyl in that, George?
Yeah, it's a 45.
I was going to say a 45. The case looks a little big for a 45 though.
No, it's a 7-inch single. It's Duran Duran.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Better
perspective now.
There you go.
Right? Yeah, View to a Kill.
Yeah. So nice. Kathy, that's yours. Whenever we get around to seeing you for your collection of Duran.
She's jumping up and down right now. Woo! All excited.
She's a big Durani.
So how was your guys' week last week, or up until today?
Yeah, it was very busy actually. I was doing lots of stuff. So it's just like it just poof and it's over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend was good though. We got some visiting in. We had some people over. Did a little bit of drinking.
Really?
A little bit.
Now
you're lying.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Went over to see.
I did exciting stuff.
Sorry,
got both my vehicles rust proof. Exciting stuff like that.
Looking
at that done at Crown.
Pardon?
Where'd you get that done at Crown?
No, it's a place. It's like I can't remember, just around the corner. I've not used Crown for a while now. I used to.
Well, they're pretty expensive, right? So a lot of people
Crown
there's
gets
a guy
right underneath and everything too, right? A lot of places don't spray underneath. I find.
Oh, this is everywhere. This stuff. It's like I was
on your pant legs, and
I was closing like the back of the van, right? And I'm like, my finger, whole hands just slipped off. It's everywhere. It's all over my hands. So yeah.
Usually they put it up. They put it on a hoist. They spray the entire underneath, and if they do a thorough job, they drill the holes in the doors and all that stuff, and do inside the doors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's everywhere. It's all the whatever you call rivet, the sinkholes everywhere.
I used to hate working on the car after that because that gooey shit was everywhere. You get it all over your hands, your tools, your clothes. It's like
you know how to stop. You know how to stop it from dripping, though, eh?
Yeah, you take it right up the dirt roads.
Exactly. Drive down a couple of back roads, a couple of pops, and away you go.
A couple back roads, 80, 90, 100 kilometers an hour. Make as much dust as you can.
Yep. Well, this stuff doesn't drip. Yeah, that's one of the things at Crown. You just get all the drip all over the road, right? You have to leave it. Well, this last few years I've been using them. It doesn't drip.
Oh.
They also have. I know, like my dad used to. He used to do it, and they have biodegradable now.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You just did it twice a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, this is
even twice a year.
This is good for, that's a lot. This is good for 18 months, so I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, right on.
He did it twice a year because being biodegradable, you could do it anywhere. So you just go out on the lawn, put the car up on some jacks, and have at her.
Yeah, I never used to do it, but I just started a few years back doing it. So,
yeah. It does make a difference.
I just thought, like put some plastic down and, in the lower part of your driveway and just pour the stuff on there. Just drive your car through it, right? That'll get the whole bottom cleaned up.
I'd hate to do that job. It must be a horrible job to do all day long.
Well, I imagine if it was that thin stuff that they used years ago that was dripping like crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the car's constantly dripping on you. You have to find a way to always be spraying in front of you or something. So you're always working your way
exactly. You spray
away from underneath it, right?
Yeah. You got to admire guys that do those kind of horrible jobs for you. It's like,
wow. Even mechanics, like my mechanic's awesome, but the stuff he has to do on cars is just shit.
Yeah.
I used to do it myself years back when, we were young and stupid, didn't care. You climbed under there, you got dirty, you busted your knuckles open. It was okay, but doing it for a living, that's got to be tough.
Actually, talking of busting your knuckles, I forgot about 3 weeks ago, I was
got into a bar fight?
I had the ladder, the extension ladder out.
Oh, shit.
And I undid the things to move it, but when I sort of moved it, it just went whack on my hand.
Yeah.
And then you felt stupid.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, but I was all right. I wasn't too bad at all. But if I got my knuckles, I would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Just got the old ice on it. Bag of peas on there.
Bag of peas.
Frozen peas, It worked. Yeah. But,
right on.
So I was in trouble because I couldn't get my hand out, right? Because I only had one hand to move the thing. So I was like stuck.
Yeah.
With my hand with it.
Oh, the worst ladder I ever used. You ever seen those ones that collapse and they're maybe, 1.5 2 feet tall? And they're like telescopes.
Yes.
They just keep going up and up and up and up.
Yep.
Have you ever collapsed one of those?
No.
You have little buttons you got to push in, and then that section falls into itself, right?
Right.
So if you're hanging onto it a little too tight, and then you get this piece right here stuck between the two as they fall. Oh my God, it's so bad.
It's like catching your pecker in your zipper.
Yeah, it's just like that ladder's going straight in the freaking garbage. I know it just cost me $200, but it's gone.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's out of here. But yes.
Well, that's the way it is, right? You don't want to get hurt when you're doing stuff.
No, but it's so easily done. You don't realize, do you?
Yeah.
I was actually, I had a Stanley knife or whatever, and I was sat down in the garage, like just breaking up card. This is not that long ago either, and I'm like doing it, and it just slipped, and it just like put a slice in my jeans, my jeans. Didn't touch my skin at all, but like,
lucky.
So
yeah, but you know what it is.
You guys think of the new the new COVID? What is it? The Omni? Or Omicron or whatever.
They can shove that right up their freaking asses.
Hey, guess what? Did you hear
it's more bullshit.
Well, yeah, but it it also is so powerful that the vaccines don't work against it.
Of course. And that's why they want us to have another and another. It's a big fucking game, people.
You want to know something? After
the
I had 10
variants,
shots, my 11th one didn't matter either.
no, the variants are not going to go away, because even with the common cold, with the flu, you're constantly getting variants, and that's a natural progression of a virus. It makes variants all the time. And they're making it sound like, oh, there's another freaking disease going on. Oh, it's something else. It's just ridiculous.
But what happens if we just went through a phase of life that we will never go through again? Like how we've been living up until now.
Uh-huh.
The world completely changes.
Well, it already started. It has.
It has, but imagine if it does and completely does. Yeah. Now, you know what I mean? We're going to be in a dictatorial, whatever, like communists.
Yes.
But being dictated everything that we can do.
Yeah. It's all about control. And now what they're doing is this is going to continue. And we're going to be getting, what I heard is we're going to be getting another 8 booster shots by the year 2025. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at maybe one every 8 to 10 months or something like that. Everyone is going to get a booster. It's just bullshit. It's absolute horseshit.
And if you don't get a booster, you're going to be put over here, and you're only going to be able to go to Bobby's house to watch shows.
Yep.
And if you do get the booster, you can go over here and you can go to Jimmy's house to watch shows.
Yes. Because you're going to need proof and all that freaking nonsense.
This is crazy.
It's just ridiculous.
No, it's probably about somebody making money, to be honest.
That's what it is.
Who's the only people making money here? Big Pharma, right?
Big Pharma.
They haven't had a big blast of money in a long time. And with the opioid crisis getting nailed with lawsuits, they need another way to make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
What better way than
believe me. They make so
years.
They make so much fucking money. It's ridiculous. They don't need this.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah.
Why don't they take that some of the money they make and fix people that have diabetes and put their drugs free on the market?
Yeah,
you have all these other people that get free stuff. How about something like that that would actually help people? Oh God, no! Let's suck the money of them for the rest of their lives.
How about give the 40% of the food that is thrown out at grocery stores to people who need food?
Yeah,
there should never be a food bank that's empty. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely, but there's all this ridiculous bullshit, and I've seen this firsthand. There was a church way back when I lived in Oshawa that I went to, and every time they had weddings and they had big things going on in the church, you know how they make like 100,000 sandwiches and stuff like that, right? And at the end of the day, there's always tons of food left over. So what they did is they were giving all the leftover food. There's a men's hostel just down the street. They were giving all this food away so it wasn't going to waste. And the ladies were actually bringing it down there.
Yeah.
Well, one stupid son of a bitch got sick. There was never any proof that it was even from having the tuna sandwiches, but he sued. So ever since then, they said, okay, people, right? We're not giving away free anymore. It's going in the garbage because there's a son of a bitch lawyer out there that fought that case, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And that's why grocery stores, instead of throwing tons of food a year away in the garbage, they can't give it to anybody because some moron is going to sue them. So we can't help each other because of lawyers.
Well, that's definitely a fact. I know lawyers have taken lots of money from me for different reasons. I had a lawyer take about $5,000 from me and not do a thing for me.
Yeah.
Literally showed up late for court even, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Lawyers are right next to pedophiles, I think. You know, they're right down there on the bottom.
Well, they're scum and they got to go because they manipulate the system so badly now. Like, it's not even about what's right and what's wrong. It's how much money can I make? Let's get these people to hate each other. We'll get them to fight each other. and the lawyers talk to each other, right? They say, let's make this case last longer. We'll both get rich.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, look at ex-copper, right? I was an ex-cop. How do you think they get the tickets to go away? Because they know the district attorney. They go and talk to him. Hey, guess what, my friend? Here's half of the money that I'm going to make. Now,
here's a cut.
Take that and go have supper. And don't worry about Jim Bob who is doing 280 in a 40s school zone.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. It's too easy for certain people to make a lot of money off the system and people that can't help themselves, right?
Yeah.
Going back,
we all need to have guns.
Going back to the pharmaceuticals, I remember my eyes were opened a bit a few years ago. I had a prescription for whatever, so I'll go, I take it in or whatever, and the lady behind the counter goes, "Oh, so you can have these, that are on the prescription, which are like $75, or you can have the generic one that's $20." And I'm like, "Oh, what does that say? It's exactly the same."
Yep.
So it's a bit of a markup, right? 20 to 70.
How about not even taking the pill and going and talking to, how do you put it politely? A well-established, a well-known naturopath, and do what people had been doing for thousands of years prior to Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Right. I was going. I have IBS. Do you know what IBS is? Irritable bowel syndrome. Do you know what causes IBS? Anything that they can't explain what's wrong with you. They say anything. If you have a problem with your stomach and you're like, man, I eat and I gotta go to the washroom right after I eat. Oh, you got IBS. Okay, what's causing it? IBS's. No. IBS is what is happening. What's causing it? I went for years. I've been on millions of different pills. I go to a naturopath. Literally, I've been doing this since I was 19, right? My neighbor, last year, I go down and talk to her, and she does some quantum science type stuff. And she's like, here, take these pills. Within 6 weeks, totally different person.
Yeah.
My energy, my stomach's gone. Holy crap, I just lost my camera.
Oh, no.
You still see it.
Yeah. You still see it.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see you guys. So, anyways, I'll just talk like I can.
Yeah, it's just like the light got like on your face. There's bright again.
Yeah, it's bright now.
Yeah. So maybe it's not your camera. Maybe it's the screen.
I don't know what the hell's happening. A whole bunch
of
stuff.
You got a loose wire.
Maybe probably all the buttons that I clicked before the show are now catching up.
Yeah, it's catching up. See, I've been reading this thing too. I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know the actual names of the things in your body and the chemicals. But the same thing that somebody's trying to tell us now too is diabetes. We're just treating the effects of diabetes. That's all we're doing. He says we're not treating the cure, so we're not fixing anything. We just keep taking all these freaking drugs, but we're not doing anything. So now there's a group of doctors and scientists that got together, and they found out that it's this certain things in your body, and there's these pills you got to take. It's one a day. It's like $1.10 a day. It's like $68 or something like that for 60 pills, right?
Yeah.
You take one a day, and it fixes that problem that you're having in your body. So you don't need to take any of your diabetic medication anymore, and your pancreas starts to work properly.
Okay.
So there you go, and that's why pharmaceutical companies are making so much money because
bottle for insulin.
It's like 25% of the population is diabetic, and they have to take drugs for the rest of their lives. Whoa!
Hey, Kathy
great idea.
Said that she has the same problem, and she would like some of those pills. Kathy, send me a message after the show, and I can hook you up with my white witch. She's in Barbados right now, but no, Bermuda Triangle. But that doesn't matter because it's quantum science and it's all energy. It's through the air.
Yeah.
So we can hook you up. We'll get you all fixed up if you'd like.
My old chiropractor actually cured a lot of people's irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
just with deflection of muscles and stuff, because he says the aerial Bowel syndrome has a lot to do with the upper stomach valve. It's not working properly because of
intestines.
Yeah, muscles. He that's how he goes. Muscles and all that kind of stuff is affecting it because they're pinched, they're dislocated. There's some nerve shit going on, and by him adjusting and fixing that part of your stomach, it helped a lot of people. It went away.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more to us than they say. It's not just drugs that fix everything. They don't.
No.
They get rid of the symptoms.
You're not only treating the symptoms, not the actual.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, but I have broken like a lot of bones, like a stupid amount, like double digits. Like I'm like 11.
I have
12,
now.
13. Yeah, I mean, you did it all at once. I do it
all at once
every other year. So for the last I guess 5 breaks, so the last 8 years, yeah, I haven't been taking the pills, right?
Yeah.
They give them to me, and they do absolutely nothing. So I'll go and I'll have a little CBD, smoke some of that, and a whole bunch of THC and pass out. And I'm much better than having these pills that bung you up and make you. Well, some people get addicted to them and shit. So
yeah.
Well, what I found too is like I just changed my medication a couple weeks ago because I got a lot of nerve tingling going on now as physio's starting to straighten things out, but now things that are out of line are getting pinched and stuff. So I got a lot of nerve shit going on. So they put me on this nerve pill. Well, it doesn't help that much, but it's making me really stupid. Like I'm so absent-minded. It's ridiculous. Like it's affecting the way the brain works, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so I want to get off all this shit. Just I'm talking about pain relief. There's a guy I met. He makes this stuff himself. Mojo Bomb, and it's a cannabis cream. But there's eucalyptus in it, lavender. There's all kinds of good shit in it. He has bees. There's actually honey in it, and it's one of the few that I've tried that actually works. It really works. So
Richard,
take that and shove it. Yeah,
Richard Dukeshire. He was having back problems, so I made him some of my CBD butter, and I made him a half and half, half CBD, half THC. And he said it seemed to work for him. Then he moved to Montreal. I still got half a batch, or I got a batch in the freezer.
Yeah.
No. So it does work. Although some people with the CBD for like chronic pain and stuff, you got to keep upping your dose.
Yeah.
Because once you get to a certain level, you build up tolerance, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's also the other thing too. Go off of it for a week. Take a week off and let your tolerance drop back down, right?
Yeah.
And what they're saying too is if you're doing just the CBD, when you get to that point where you'll find you have to take more, then what you should get is one that's CBD with THC.
Yeah.
Because it really enhances it.
Makes you
Well, all that kind of stuff. You gotta be careful how much you take, just with like anything, right?
Hell no, take as much as you can. Well, it's like you go to the cannabis stores, right? And they can only sell like stupid like 25 milligram or something at the most, or right? Like I
think it's even less. Yeah, because I did that too. We got a new one here in town, and we went to check it out. And I'm looking at all the packages of gummies, and the dosage on per pack was so minute. I believe, if I'm not kidding, it's 10 milligrams.
10 milligrams? Okay.
I think so. Something like that. But that's all they can put in a package.
10 of those, so 100 milligrams, would be equal to a joint.
Yeah. Really?
Right? So you have to take 10 of those. It's roughly 100 milligrams in a joint.
Yeah.
A gram.
My numbers might not be right because I remember it was a small amount.
Like that.
Because a lot of the packages had either 1 or 2 gummies in it.
Yep.
and then I went to one of the places run by the local natives, right? Our native Canadians, and they had 25 in a pack, and they were 6 milligrams each.
Yeah.
And that, believe it or not, was $15. Where the 2 in a package here are $11.
Well, I got 2 in a package right now, and they're weed leaf shaped gummies, and they're 400 milligrams each, and that cost me $15.
See? So why go to these government places?
$15.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The government
Do you know
places.
how screwed up the government is? Okay. I may have known a guy who looked very similar to me growing up through high school, and he made money selling weed, and he showed other people how to make money selling weed. Yeah. Now, a whole government can't figure out how to make money selling weed. They should have just asked Ford.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Ford was known for selling fucking weed and hash back in the day.
Yeah. No, see, they know how to do it. The government does know how to do it, but they want to control it so much, and they want to make so much money on it that it's obscene, right?
You want to know what I honestly think? Look at who really profited from the black market marijuana, the hydroponics. Not you and me growing 5-10 plants in our backyard, or Uncle Jeff who grows 100 plants and makes 10 pounds of oil a year.
Yeah.
Not us. But the bigger guys, right? The Asian, right? The Asians, the bikers, and stuff like that. Like, what there has to be something there. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you can't take away this, or else we're going to do this. You know what I mean? You take away our weed, well, we're going to flood you with coke now.
Yeah.
Right. Which is true, because I knew this Mexican guy, and that's exactly what he said his father was doing. He said, my dad used to put bales and bales of Mexican weed into Canada and the United States. And now that they stopped, now it's not being bales and bales of weed. It's bags that are a quarter of the size with 100 times the amount of money, putting in coke and putting in heroin and meth, and right.
Yeah. There's always going to be something.
You're gonna,
right.
And I don't know if it was true, but there was the thing. It was in the Sun, I believe, that even the Hells Angels sent the Canadian government a letter saying, "Hey, you're taking away our money source." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although I can't see that, and maybe I shouldn't even say their name, but could you imagine if somebody did that to you, though? Hey, guess what? We are the baddest of the bad. You better do what we say, or else there's going to be a lot changing.
And see, that's what I had hoped was going to happen. Like, as soon as marijuana became legal, I thought, okay, the government's going to get on this and just wipe out all the little guys. Because what they're going to do, they're going to have these giant grow-ops everywhere. They're going to grow the best stuff, and they're going to sell it at a great price, like a good price. Yep. So people, they're not going to want anything else. They go, holy shit, I can buy this government stuff. It knocks your socks off, and it's $10. Why buy any? And that would have shut down the entire underground market. But no, the filthy bastards are so greedy. They want to sell that itty bitty bit for a big amount of money. So, and that's why it's not working. And you're never going to get rid of the underground market because of those reasons. Right?
Because Ford wants his buddies to profit, Kathy says. Well, yeah.
You can profit, but do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, look at what is it, Colorado? Within 5 years, they wiped out their debt.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they got mega jobs. I don't know. I don't understand government in general. I don't understand how us as Canadians put up with the crap that we put up with.
That's the other thing.
Here's 40% of my paycheck before I even see it, and then tax me on everything else I have. Like, you're getting 80% of our paycheck.
I think it's excuse me. I think it's Switzerland, I believe. They pay more income tax than we do, and it is something like 42% or something comes off your check, and after that, there are no taxes. Right. The government takes it all right away at the beginning.
Yep.
And does all their shit with it.
You get taxed on your taxes and taxed on your tax, and that's what. Yeah. We're only taking 13%. Well, yeah, you're taking 13% here, plus the income tax, plus the tax put on the food, plus your carbon tax, plus your stick it up your ass tax. There's so many different, you know what I mean? Like,
well, the one that burns me, there's one that burns me so bad. Every time I hear people talk about it, I get mad. And I got to say my 2 bits is used cars, right?
Yes.
You buy a car brand new from a dealer and you pay your tax. All your taxes. Now, 3 years later, that car sells again. They want tax again and again. And the average car sells 5 or 6 times. So they're making the same money as the car fucking costs to make. They're making in taxes. Reselling a used product. Now, that's bullshit. It should not be allowed. A brand new item, tax it. Absolutely. But after that, leave it the hell alone. Right?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep. No, 100%. You're double taxing one thing.
Yeah.
One product is getting taxed twice.
Well, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. As many times as that car is sold, it gets
most
taxed.
cars go to two people, right? Usually. The main owner, then the next person who wrecks it.
Well, yes, that's common.
Usually.
But still.
The odd car, 3, 4.
Tell us what you think, people. What burns your ass? Tell us.
Well, Kathy, originally OCD was supposed to sell cannabis for Ford, and Ford pulled the plug on the stores. We got somebody who doesn't like Ford.
Yep.
That
some people don't
already built, so his friends could sell it in private stores.
Yeah.
But it's not Ford's friends who are selling the weed in private stores. Maybe they own a store or two, but right now it's all, is that not all federally run?
I believe so. Yeah.
All the Reds.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Trudeau. Oh, sorry, did I say his name out loud again?
I just threw up my mouth a bit. Don't say that word. That's a terrible word.
I see, and I get it a lot. Okay, I'm a country boy. There, from Oxbridge, you know.
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm. Everybody's like, dude, you're like a total conservative and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, I'm not. I hate them all.
Yes.
I hate red. I hate blue. I hate green. I hate orange. I hate them all. They all need to be hung. Isn't I believe I just saw a picture. I should actually look it up right now. But it was in Germany after the war. Anybody who was spreading propaganda, all the journalists, all the, anybody who was for the Nazis, they hung them right in front of everybody. Guess what? You guys screwed us. Yeah. You're hanging.
Yeah.
I think we should bring that shit back.
Yeah. You're right.
Right.
Because now it's whoever cries or yells, those terrible words, blah, 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 because of this and that, and I'm offended and discriminated against and all this horse shit. Those are the people that are winning now because the government's so wishy-washy. They're just trying to please everybody. And they're going for all this stuff.
The government's not trying to please everybody. They're trying to please themselves.
Yeah.
They're trying to,
it's easier, right? It's easy.
Maybe.
It's easier. Yeah. You have some guy says, well, I'm a policeman, right? The country I come from, we don't wear police hats. So I don't want to wear a hat. What did we do? Well, okay, you don't have to wear the hat. It's part of the costume. It's the outfit. It's what you're supposed to wear.
Talking about, yes.
Yes.
And you're talking about Sikh with the bandanas, right?
Yeah, I would instantly say, you are in Canada. This is our culture. You don't want to wear this? Out. End of story. Out.
Well,
right?
I see your point, but I also see the whole, we're Canadian and we're multicultural and we give everybody
Yeah, but see, the problem is now we were multicultural for the fact that we had a lot of different cultures living in our country. But we still had our own Canadian culture, right?
Don't say that, because what is Canadian culture?
We don't have that anymore.
We don't have a culture.
No. And this is why I'm so against all this bullshit, is because it's washed everything away. And now it's just, there's nothing. Right? Bunch of whiners. That's what we have.
To a point, yeah. I see your point. I see what you're saying. You've also grown up in a different time too, where things were a lot different, right?
Right. And that's what a lot of people say. Well, you're not living. I am living now, but I grew up in a different time, so my ideals are a little different as well.
Yes. No. Exactly.
I get
it. It's going to change, and it changes all the time, right?
And it always will.
20 years, it changes every generation.
Yeah.
It's like my grandparents hated my parents' music. My parents hated my music. I like my son's music just to piss him off.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah. It just keeps going and rolling downhill. Everything changes, but it doesn't seem to be getting better. It seems to be getting worse. Hopefully, when we were talking with Adrian last week, how hopefully now some more stuff is being brought out to light.
Yeah.
People in the uppers are being brought down. You know what I mean? Their crap isn't being taken as much. They still need to be hung, but hopefully, maybe we are gonna see a little light. Yeah. I wish I was actually saying this to an old teacher of mine. We were talking, and I said, "What happened? Like she's a flower child. Don't call her hippie, because she's not a hippie. She's a flower child."
Right.
And I was like, "All right." So they started having the life everybody wanted to lead. You know what I mean? Everybody was free love. They almost had, what was it, 68? Weed was almost legal back then. Everything was seeming to be going in a good direction, and then it all went to hell. Like everything, the whole world. What happened? What mixed up? Was it 1970 or was it 69? I guess, when the Stones had that concert and the guy got killed there, the one opposite of Woodstock. Like, is that what changed everything? Like, what happened? Politicians even seemed to not be as greedy back then. They had,
and that's what I think it is. I can't pinpoint a specific thing, but greed is a big factor, and it's just, I think it's very simple. If you are in a position, whether it's because of your work or whatever, and all of a sudden you see a chance to get a lot of something, I won't say money, but money is usually the root, but to get something and do it kind of on the sly, because you know it's not right, and it might even be illegal, but I could do really good for myself here. If I do this right, I could make a lot of cash or whatever you get. And more people now are doing that because it's hard to do it the right way.
Yep.
If you just go to work, put your 40 hours in, pay your taxes, pay your bills.
Well, even that, where did the 40 hours a week come from?
Easy. Yeah. Right?
Where did that come from? When did that start? Wasn't that back after the war?
Yeah, because they kind of wanted to.
No. I know who it was from now, come to think of it. It was Ford. Ford, why can't I remember his name?
That could be because they wanted to make so many cars in a day, right?
So Henry Ford.
Henry Ford, yes.
So it's just, I mean, I don't do politics, guys, as you know, but you've been mentioning the 60s there. And I mean, I grew up in the 60s, I remember Altamont, which is the concert you're thinking of.
Right.
The Stones concert. And yeah, it was. I mean, I was a bit too young for that. But the thing I noticed growing up, as opposed to say kids that age now, is we had two channels in England, right? We had the BBC and we had ITV, Independent Television. And on the BBC, the news came on at 6 o'clock in the evening and at 9 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
And on ITV, it came on at 6 o'clock in the evening, but at 10 o'clock in the evening. Right. And that was it. That is all the news we had. It didn't, we didn't have what is now I call political pollution. It's got into everything. It's got into everything. It's got into entertainment. I mean, I remember in the early 70s, I mean, you won't know who this is, but there was a guy that was, we had a prime minister called Ted Heath, and he was Conservative, and Labour was Harold Wilson. And he used to caricature these people. He used to mimic them,
Right.
And I remember saying to my mother-in-law, because she used to watch the news and she thought it was really funny. And I said, I don't find him funny at all, because that is not entertainment. That is politics now masquerading as comedy.
Yeah.
Right. And when you think about it now, I mean, when I first moved over to Canada, and North America, and you're watching the late night shows, it was like there was actual scripted comedy, in monologues and blah, blah. No, I stopped watching all that, because I don't know if I'm watching CNN, I'm watching, whoever does late night anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, it's everywhere. It's everything. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy how that happened.
Look where we are right now in Ontario, Canada, Toronto. Every station that you watch or listen to is all owned by Chorus.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, right? Yeah.
So who owns Chorus? What political agenda do they have?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I haven't watched the news literally since COVID. I've obviously flipped through and saw something that and stopped, but I have not watched news for 2 years.
Thank you. I haven't either. And the thing that really got me is
it still gets to you somehow, though.
It does. Well, it does, because you listen to 94.9, which is like the only Chorus radio station that isn't owned by Chorus right now, because they will be eventually.
Right.
And I listen to that once in a while, because I can only listen to my podcasts and my 300, 400, 500 songs on my phone so much. You gotta put on something else, and let's see what these guys are gonna laugh at this week, and maybe I can talk about that on Monday. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's what if it's important enough, you're going to hear about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
even the way the three of us get together once a week, and we're going to, hey, did you hear about so and so? Right.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, because I drove into Toronto last weekend to do a gig, and I had the CFTR on, for the traffic. Until I got across the tops, because that's just, And so I was hearing the news, and I thought, crikey, is that really going on? There's like riots here, there's riots there. It's like Belgium and Austria, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's wild.
I had no idea.
And why aren't we hearing that on any other social media? If
I don't know.
There is, right?
I don't know.
Because it's all filtered, just
100% filtered. If it's not up to their propaganda, look, we got people rioting. Let's put the rioting on, because they're rioting over Jeff got killed. Yes, but it's not. You go down the road and you find out, oh wait, these guys are being sponsored by this mega billionaire. He's just funneling them money.
Yeah.
So are they really doing their thing, or are they smashing because they're being told to, paid to?
Exactly. Yeah.
So just like all this COVID nonsense, it's all one direction.
Mm-hmm.
Get your shot, get your shot, get your shot. People are dying, get your shot, and they're you put the news on, and that's all you hear. You don't hear news anymore. It's just the bombardment of this COVID shit. And it's the same. You don't hear anything about, oh, we got a breakthrough. Oh, we did this and lives were saved. Like, you hear nothing good. You just hear the same mundane shit every single time you turn the news on.
Yeah.
What's cancer? What's cancer? Is that something else?
Yeah.
I remember
The new variant.
The first year of COVID, or the first 9 months or whatever, and
Yeah.
I thought, well, hang on, like we've not had a single terrorist attack in 9 months.
No school
Is that
shootings.
just me? Like the news was just full of that.
Yeah.
So where did these guys suddenly disappear from? Where's Al-Qaeda?
There's no more bank robberies. COVID made all the robbers rich somehow because they don't rob banks anymore, stores or nothing.
Look at Al Qaeda and all this stuff now that because you brought up terrorism a little bit.
Yeah.
Every terrorist cell that they've brought up at one point or another in the last 40 years has been sponsored by the United States. They trained them. They gave them weapons.
They give them their guns.
Isn't that funny? Do you know how the Bushes made money?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how?
Tell me.
One of their biggest money makers? Armored vehicles. Oh my gosh, armored vehicles. What do they need armored vehicles for? Invading other countries. When they just took over God damn it, I don't want to say the wrong terrorist cell, but when they just took back over Afghanistan, what vehicles are they all driving now? They're all driving armored Hummers.
Yeah. How'd they get those? That's an American vehicle.
Well, because guess who left them there after they trained them? So now guess who has to make more vehicles?
Yeah.
Right? At a couple, $3-4 million a piece.
Yeah.
That's just, this is all, we're just ants.
But anyway, we've been on almost an hour here, and I'm itching to show my backside.
Oh, again?
We're going
to get in so much trouble, George. You got to stop this nonsense. We're live, you know that?
Get us shut down.
All right, let's see it, pal. What do you got?
There you go.
All right. We're going to have to make sure we see it, though.
Oh, hang on. I'll turn this light off, the camera light off.
Does that look like guitar strings? Oh, it's perfectly in focus now.
Yeah.
No. Oh, my gosh. I know who this is, too.
There's 4 lines and 7 stars.
Mm.
It's not ZZ Top, is it?
ZZ Top. Where's my buzzer?
Damn.
Hang on. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to read the song titles there, Derek.
Yeah.
Produced by.
I'm trying to see what that is underneath, like the city or whatever.
I'm trying to get the. No cheating, Derek. Come on.
I can't cheat. I wish I knew how to cheat.
Come on, fans, help us out here.
All right.
What's this album cover?
Yeah, who's on the front?
Who is it?
Actually, funnily enough, we had the Jacksons one on last week. A couple of people actually brought up the band on this album as a guest for that one. So
wow,
the answer is in last week's wrong answers. If you know what I mean.
Okay, so last week was we were trying to figure out who Rolling Stone or what's his face was on, not the singer.
Mick Jagger on State of Shock, track 1, and it was the Jacksons.
Well, in the meantime, I got to think. I need some more brain energy here.
All right.
Too bored.
You want the official music?
Yes. Cheers, everybody. Grab a drink.
Triumph. Sandra says Triumph.
Triumph.
No, Sandra's wrong. Nice try, Sandra.
Is that a Tuborg you got there, Heiko?
Absolutely. You saw that? Tuborg Gold.
Yeah, that's Danish, right? Copenhagen.
Yes. It's a nice beer. I like it once in a while.
I've been to that brewery in Copenhagen. Yeah, we had a school trip to Denmark back in '68. The good old 60s. The good old 60s. We had a tour of the brewery. And I was
it
like
says
16,
right on, yes, Copenhagen, Denmark.
Yep. And at the end of the brewery, you got a couple of cans of beer. Got to love Denmark.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, and the other thing about,
the band. Oh, band or group? Is it a band or a group?
It's a band.
I guess I meant a band or a person. I guess.
What's the difference between a band and a group? You confused me.
Well,
would
that's
a group be like
kind of
vocalists. Would a group be like 4 singers as opposed to a band that are playing instruments? Is that what it is? I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
You get the Temptations or a group.
I just think she means solo though. I'm guessing and just didn't know how to say
it's not a solo. No, it's not a solo. It's not
solo.
It's not a solo.
Yes, she says yes. All right. I hope you're saying yes to me, Sandra.
Yes.
Come on,
I'm going to say no.
No. So it is a band?
It is a band, yeah.
Is it Chicago?
It is not Chicago.
Wow.
I'm trying
to narrow it down. You got to narrow it down.
Is it American? I'm guessing it's American by the buildings.
No, it's not an American band.
They're not an American.
Oh, here we go.
No. So, UK.
From the UK. It's 1976.
76.
That particular album.
The UK.
But there's been lots. There's been lots.
So it's a popular band.
Lots.
Oh, yeah, huge. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. They're huge. I know the picture. Like I know the stars. I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Wouldn't be the Beatles, would it?
No, they're not the Beatles.
I just thought because there's all this Beatles hype going on right now.
Is it the Rolling Stones?
Wow, we're just getting a buzzer.
I love it.
Lots and lots.
Come on, people, help us out.
They're not from London. They're not from Liverpool. They're not, they're not from one of those.
U2?
U2 are Irish.
Oh, well, okay, sorry. Right.
I'm gonna have to buzz you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You just want that noise.
I want to give you a double buzz on that one.
Call them Irish.
UK band.
All right, fans, do your research. We're going to get back to this. Someone has to guess it before the show's up today.
And it's like the main guy in the band has also done a lot of other work. He's produced a lot of artists. He's been involved in another group. He was touring last year. Well, not last year. Till COVID. But he was touring as recently as 29. I saw him in 2019. So.
Oh, and you saw them. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second now.
Felt like Eric Clapton or something like that.
Eric Clapton. No.
Damn.
Well, you're getting warm though. But he's not. Eric Clapton's from London, I think. Yeah.
Elton John? No, wait a second. No.
I'm sorry, mate. I have to accept that answer.
I was trying to think who's still touring or who was still touring up until COVID.
Oh, I heard some interesting music news today. There's a band that hasn't made an album in 40 years, and they just released a new album today.
Was it today?
I think it was today. I heard about it today.
I think are you thinking of a Swedish band?
Yes, I am.
It was released on the 5th of November. I have a copy.
5th of November. ABBA. Can you believe that?
I have
Oh my God. Did they all have canes now?
No, they're not touring it. They're going to do it holograph.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Really?
Pretty interesting, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, okay, now it's back into that. They can make holographs look so real that it looks like you're on stage.
Yeah, and it's going on tour.
What can they do when you're watching the computer or you're watching TV? What can they do and what can they manipulate?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now they got this the new voice thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can take your voice from whatever and make it look like you're actually saying something and you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw some clips of it. It looks like, wow. It's like, but it's them 40 years ago at the height. Yeah. It's like, wow. It's actually very scary. So how are them? They've gone in. The actual 4 of them have gone in and got the things. So they get the exact movements for each individual member correct, and then they've done all this stuff. It's just crazy.
Here we go back to the nonsense. So how can a video these days stand up in court? Because you don't know if it's real or not.
Exactly.
Right? Because all the new tech. Oh, well, yeah.
Just like when the planes went into the building. Right?
Yeah. Oh, we could go on and on. See, this is I'd love to have
opened up this can of worms.
Oh yeah.
911 is the biggest pile of bull crap ever.
Yeah.
Which
the most secure videoed building in the United States has a missile. An airplane hit it at ground level, and there's not one video of it or still picture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know, eh?
You can't even walk up to that place without being on 50 cameras.
I remember, I predate you guys, so I remember, I think it was 68, 69, when Paul McCartney was supposed to be dead. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
And there's been an imposter. You know, the guy walking across the crossing is not Paul McCartney. I think it started around then because something about what he was doing, he said, that's not Paul. He's supposed to have died in a car crash like 6 months earlier. So they got a doppelganger in for Paul McCartney.
I did hear that one because they're like, oh my God, if they were worried about suicides and everything if they found out that he was dead.
Yeah.
So they got this replacement, and Then
he's been there ever since. I think that's probably the earliest one, and probably because I remember the Kennedy.
And now he's the last Beatle, right? Isn't it kind of weird?
What's that?
And now he's the last Beatle. Isn't it kind of weird?
No, there's two. Ringo's still around.
Is Ringo still around? Oh,
wow! I haven't heard anything about him.
Actually, where is Ringo tonight? Our Ringo. He's disappeared.
He was supposed to have joined us a half an hour ago, but
he's probably hanging out with the real Paul McCartney.
Yeah. He's just watching the show and laughing. He's these guys are doing okay. I don't need to go on.
He's like, God, I don't have to be involved tonight.
But how many artists do you really think? As we were saying with the was Tracy Morgan being Jimi Hendrix, how many artists do you really think that they killed off but didn't kill off? They killed off in the public. I bet you that happens more than we think.
Well, Jim Morrison was another mystery one, wasn't he? He just disappeared.
Jim Morrison?
He went to Paris or something, apparently in the bath.
Died in his bathtub.
No one knows where he's actually buried or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that makes sense in case people go. But that was kind of weird. But I remember probably the very first kind of conspiracy theory, if you want to call it that, was the Kennedy thing. Because I remember I can remember it happening that Friday when I was a kid. And then down the years, all these different stories that came out about that. So,
well, I remember the
earliest one I actually remember.
Yeah, I was young, but I saw how it affected my parents and their friends and all that.
Sure.
Was when Marilyn Monroe supposedly died.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
Nobody knows how. Right? That's wild.
And the saddest thing that I found about that is that they were saying, and as even Elton John said, right? They were saying how she was found in the nude. Well, what does that matter how she was found?
Yeah.
Whether she had clothes on or not.
Yeah.
Just stupid stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Takes away from the death, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people are nude sometime at night before they go to bed.
What's wrong with that, though? Why is that newsworthy to mention that?
It's not. It's not. But they did, right?
Yeah. Sensationalism, right?
Yep.
But it was like 63 or something, wasn't it? 62? I don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. I remember it. I can't remember it.
Oh my God. I just watched that thing.
The first thing I remember is Elvis dying.
Which one?
Elvis.
Yes,
Elvis.
77. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my very first memory.
Yeah.
Because I remember my mom crying.
Yeah. It was, Well, I remember driving to work in the morning, and I was listening to the radio, driving into Manchester, and it didn't even click because I'm not a morning person, so I'm like, but anyway, I'd been DJing the night before, but it never even clicked till I got sort of into work. They went, what about Elvis being whatever? I thought, that's why they were playing Elvis songs all the way in on the radio. Didn't even think about it. That's how awake I was. But and then
when I was young, I never really cared about his music, but I always liked watching his movies.
Yeah,
he did so many movies, right? Always cars and chicks and
ever.
Yeah.
Well, my mum was an Elvis fan. I mean, she thought he was a nice boy, right? That's what she's, back in his GI Blues, and she took me. I can't remember the one before that was, but he had GI Blues, right?
Yep.
And she took me to see it. I'd heard of this guy called Elvis, and I thought, I've got shipped to the movies with my mum. Is great. Anyway, I can remember sat in this theatre, this very local theatre, which was walking distance from our house, my mum's house, and we were like pretty close to the front. And I thought, what's going on? And this armored car or something, it comes onto the thing, and I'm like watching it, and like the top flips open, and this guy pops his head out, and it's Elvis, right? It's Elvis Presley,
right? And
the movie theatre went crazy. They're like screaming. And I'm like, whoa, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like in the movie theatre. But I thought, that's amazing. I want to do what he does.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. But she took me to see all those. Blue Hawaii, Follow That Dream, you name them.
Who was the singer? He did jazz. He just had his 95th birthday this year.
Tony
was that?
Bennett, you think?
Yeah, Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, yeah.
Did you see his birthday show with Lady Gaga?
No.
Well, my wife and I just watched it last night. Very, very cool. That guy is 95 freaking years old.
I've met him. I actually met him.
And he still has it. Mm-hmm. He's got Alzheimer's really bad, but when it comes to his music, he still hit all the notes. He's got all the timing down. Even when guys come out did solos, he'd hold the microphone out and it was like, holy shit, this guy's got it, man.
It was really good. Pro, right? An absolute pro. I mean, you have to, even if you don't particularly, I'm not a fan, but I'm
not either. I never liked any of that stuff.
I admire that kind of thing. But I actually met him in 1992 because this is when they changed Sparkles the discotheque into Horizons the lounge at the top of the CN Tower.
No way. Yeah.
And we had this president of the tower who loved jazz and all that kind of stuff. So what he wanted to do was like for opening night, when it became this lounge and not a disco anymore, we've cured our Saturday night fever, was one of the things. And they were putting these ads in the Sun and the Star and everything. Right. And he wanted Tony Bennett to come and open first night, right? And I just happened to be there when they were like redoing the place and the DJ booth and everything. And one afternoon, and there he comes, Tony Bennett and he goes, George, I want you to meet Tony Bennett. Like, Mr. Bennett. I had not a clue. Like, well, I know San Francisco. That's about midlife.
That's so cool. So cool. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I think he wanted too much money or something in the end, and he didn't do it. I thought, wow, that's Tony Bennett. But
he's doing all the Vegas stuff back then, right?
Yeah.
So he's popular as shit.
Yeah, he was huge. Yeah. Still, that was 1992. But we didn't have camera phones then, so I don't have a picture, so it's just up here.
Yeah,
Tony Bennett. There he was. Yeah, and the thing was, it was like, there's like carpenters and wood and it's sawdust everywhere, and like he's there in his nice leather coat, his rings and everything, This is the DJ you'd be working with. I think he was impressed. On opening night, I'll introduce you, mate.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good show watching him out there. Yeah. A guy that age doing that well, it's like that's impressive.
Was that current? Was that recent, or was that a couple of years ago?
Well, yeah, we Googled it. No, it's this year.
Wow,
because he is 95 right now, and that was his 95th birthday party. So it happened this year.
Wow.
I don't know exactly what month, but I'm sure you can Google it.
I mean, something like that. You think, you got to hand it to him that he even wants to do it. It's not. He's doing that. Doesn't need the money, right?
No. Well, it was a birthday party.
Yeah.
It was hosted mostly by Lady Gaga. She did a bunch of tunes, and she and him were really good friends from what I take.
Yeah.
So she did a lot of jazz stuff. And you know what?
Yeah.
Even that alone, like, Lady Gaga, who she is, and the crowd she sings to and stuff. But the shit she did on the show is totally, totally different. And if you would hear that with your eyes closed, you would never, ever guess it was her. And when you hear her
she's
sing
a huge
that,
supporter of underground music.
Yeah. But listening to her voice on that show, oh my God, can she sing?
But I think it's a perfect thing for people like that. Who like to sing it.
Yeah.
That kind of music is just, they love to sing to it, right? It's just
so freaking talented. But I'm not a Lady Gaga fan because of the stuff that, the people listen to when she sings, like her normal stuff. But that was amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Derek, your head just got super big and then it went back to normal. What happened there?
I think I'm cutting in and out.
Oh, are you?
We can hear you okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? That's crazy. Okay, so you guys are cutting in and out on my screen.
So
really?
There's just there, yeah. See? Yeah. George just froze for a sec.
Did I?
Yeah.
I feel fine.
I feel fine too. It's all good.
So who is it we've got next week? We've got a guest next week, haven't we? So we don't have to.
Oh, do we really?
We do, yeah. I started booking guests again.
Right.
Next week, we have Casey and Corey from Tarantula Tapes. It's a record label.
Yes.
They are out of Barrie. They are a new record label. I think they just had their 1-year anniversary. Casey and Corey, I know through playing music. I think I know they're originally from Toronto and they moved to Barrie.
Okay.
Now Casey and Corey were in between the two of them, I think they're in 4 or 5 bands.
Wow.
They just got married and stuff. Great couple, great people. Don't want to give it all away, but yeah, they seem they'll have lots to talk about. I know they're how they promote their musicians is one at a time. So one will release a tape because they're on tapes, and they'll spend how many months, whatever, on that group or solo artist, and then when that time's run out, they release the next one.
Got like a cassette tape.
Cassette, yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard that cassettes are making a comeback, right? I mean, I think
they are.
Ringo, funny enough, talking about Ringo, he released something a few months ago in 3 different formats, and the cassette tape is the best-selling one.
Yep. Yeah, It's weird because a lot of older cars still have your cassette. A lot of people say from 30 up still have a boom box with tapes in it, or
a tape deck,
grandpa's double deck stereo.
Yeah. Well, my car has a CD and a tape deck in it.
Yeah.
So that was very close to the year where they're trying to do they introduced the CDs, right? But people weren't that about them yet, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, a lot of material.
I have here in a rack. I've had it for decades. I've got a Denon double deck cassette tape.
Oh, nice.
Pitch control. It's got pitch control on it.
Nice. So you can DJ from it.
You can slow it up and speed them down. Yeah, I've not used it for years. I should test it. Tapes are coming back.
Yeah.
I used to tinker with almost everything, right? And I had a buddy that knew I did. And he went to me one day, he says, my dad's tape deck's not working properly. You think you could have a look at it for him because he really loves it, and it's not. I said, okay, sure. So when he brought it over, I looked at this thing and I go, what the fuck is that? It was quite large, and it had the plastic on the top, that lifts up where you put your cassette in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there's the big round kind of dome behind it. And it's just the weirdest looking tape deck I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It was from Panasonic. It was one of the very first ever auto reverse tape decks on the market.
Oh, wow.
And you know what this thing did? You'd open the door and you'd slide your cassette in and you put it down. And when it got to the end of the tape inside would lift up, slide to the back of the machine, and the entire cassette would flip over and go back and click down.
Yeah.
That's what the bubble was for. The actual cassette tape flipped. So they did that before the actual heads flipped.
Wow.
I fixed
that thing for him, and he was so happy.
I just want to give another shout out here. We have Deborah Watts. She's saying hi from I'm guessing that's Ontario, Canada. I'm not sure. I guess
sounds like a good place.
Ontario, Canada.
Where is that exactly?
Well, hi, Deborah.
Sure.
Is it anywhere near Toronto?
Why don't you tell us exactly where from Ontario, Canada you are from?
I think it's somewhere near Toronto, Ontario, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Ontario might be somewhere near Toronto.
Yeah, I think it is.
From where I live in Ontario, you drive half a day and you can go to the border, and the other way you drive 3 days to get to the border. That's how big Ontario is.
Oh, Kitchener.
Yeah. It's freaking huge. She's from Kitchener?
She's from Kitchener.
Okay. All right.
So she's a little bit west of us.
Yeah. Cheers, listener. Nice to have you on.
So Deborah, we are all closer to Toronto. I'm kind of Heiko and I are northeast of Toronto, about an hour, and George is about half an hour, 40 minutes from Toronto.
Yeah, just east.
Yeah.
So cheers! Woohoo!
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Talking
we love it.
The worst feeling in the world I always remember was, you'd like pull up or you want to change the tape, and you pull it out, and it's just this ribbon.
Yeah.
Oh.
The worst thing that I hated about that was obviously one.
Yeah.
But when one time we used to go to Wasaga Beach. That was our thing for long weekends. So we went up there in my buddy's iRock, and I put in my tape for the weekend. And when we went to eject it, it wouldn't come out.
Yes. Yeah.
So I lost my tape for that weekend in my buddy's iRock, and never saw him again.
Well, see, that's where I always came in handy. If it was in a tape deck or in the car, I would take the unit out and I would open it up and I would get tape out of there.
Oof.
Even if you took the cassette out and it was unspooled and part of it was in the machine, I'd open up the machine, I'd get all of the cassette out and rewind it and spool it back into its casing. And sometimes you get spots where it was torn or really badly damaged. I could actually cut and splice that, and I would fix it. Oh yeah.
You need a lot of patience for that.
Oh yeah, no problem there, bud.
The other thing with cassettes we used to do back in the day, like in the 80s, late 80s, mid to late 80s, was DJs. I mean, they probably did it with other things since, but I remember I used to do it all the time. I used to make a tape.
Make your own,
week,
right?
Make a mixtape every week, get the duplicator, make about 10, you know what I mean? You'd go to the club you're working at and people go, have you got a new tape? And you go, yeah, $20. And you go, $20. And you come in like, $20 a tape. And I used to get again, highly legal, but like store, managers would come in and go, have you got some new music for the store? And I go, yeah, $20. He goes, I need 3. $60. There you go. It's
great, eh?
It's great, yeah.
So Deborah says she still has her Def Leppard cassette from the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So I'm guessing that's...
Which album?
Yeah, probably Pyromania, right?
Hysteria? Hysteria. It was the big one in 88, I think, yeah.
80, okay. I wasn't sure
Pyromania came, was the one before, I think, was it? I think.
Yeah, because I remember early 90s, I guess it would have been going to Canada's Wonderland, and Pour Some Sugar on Me was on every 10 minutes.
Yeah. But I think I've got a vinyl of Hysteria here somewhere. The actual vinyl.
Wow, that's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
But tapes were great. Like you just brought me back too. And you said you'd make a new tape, right?
Every week. Yeah. You'd make your stuff every week.
Whenever we did road trips, like we go away, I would sit there for a week or two beforehand, and I would make up a bunch of new cassettes with great tunes because we need our driving music, then we need our campfire music, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of my buddies were into Max Webster at the time.
Okay. Yeah.
Loved Max Webster.
Yeah.
So I made up an entire cassette tape of Max Webster tunes, just all mixed, both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was one. I had Boston. I had a whole bunch of stuff, right? And then just totally mixed. So anyways, we get down to Panama City in Florida. So we got a condo right on the beach, and they have like a strip there, which was so cool because at night all the cars are on the road. There's people laying on cars, drinking on the cars. They're all driving super slow, and it's just a party on the road, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, while I'm down here, I want to get a really cool T-shirt, right? So we found this place where the guy did airbrushing, and we looked at some of the work he had, and it was just fabulous. Like such detail, so good, right? Like, okay. And we finally met the guy because he's doing the brushing. He does it all himself, and his name was Tim Mitchell. And I said,
Tim Cousin.
"Oh my God!" I said, "We got this band, Max Webster. You ever heard of them?" And he's like, "No, who's Max Webster?" Oh God! I said, "Well, his name is Kim Mitchell." He goes, "Well, that's cool." So, what Paul, my buddy, actually had done is he was prepared because he had taken one of the album's sleeves out of the what do you call that? The paper piece that's around the record when you pull it out of the sleeve.
The sleeve.
Yeah.
That's the sleeve?
Yeah.
Well, it was a Max Webster album, and it had this crazy picture of this big-headed guy with big teeth, crazy hair, playing a guitar. It was just a black and white picture. And he had that with him. Wow. So we said, we want to get some T-shirts made up with this on it. And the guy goes, yeah, I could do that, no problem. But he still wondered who Kim Mitchell was and Max Webster.
Yeah.
So I went out to the car, and I got the tape that I made, and I said, here, listen to this. And instantly he put it in the machine, and he was playing it in the store, right? And he's like, oh, can I hang on? I said, buddy, I said, you know what? I can make another. You can have it.
Yeah.
And he's just nuts. So we ordered our shirts, and we came back 3 days later. That cassette was still playing. He hadn't taken it out. He played that for 3 days straight while he made our shirts and shit. And he just loved it. Yeah. So see, those cassettes sometimes are fun, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, you guys know Briar's getting shout outs.
Briar?
Yeah, my little girly girl.
This guy right there?
This little girl, yeah, you do.
Are they just saying, "Oh, he's so cute, so cute"?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Hi, puppy, cute puppy, she's adorable. Yeah, nice. This is my little Morky. She's 5 pounds.
Who's making those shout outs?
Sandra, Deborah.
Our ratings have just shot up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've got to bring the pooches on, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of ratings, where's Ringo? We don't have the voice of an angel tonight to put our ratings up.
He's gone AWOL again. He's done that before.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you never know. Maybe he hit the snowstorm or something.
Oh, maybe.
Well, thank God the three of us all have a face for radio.
Perfect faces.
So George,
yes,
bring up your backside again. No one. Let's see.
All right,
someone's got to bring this up and guess it.
Are we going to do the big reveal if no one gets it?
1976.
Yeah, it was like the fifth album by then, maybe.
76, fourth or fifth album. So that means they would have been in the the early 60s.
No, I think they started very early 70s, like 1970 71.
It's not Leonard
Come on,
Skinner.
fans.
No, UK, man.
No, Derek.
Yes, UK. Sorry, no.
So I got to buzz you, Derek. Sorry.
Yes.
It's in the
UK.
rules. It's not like I make the rules or anything.
You did make the rules, George.
Oh yeah, I did. Sorry, I forgot.
It's your game. Okay.
But he had to buzz you.
We need a hint.
But a hint.
A hint.
A hint. Well, they're from Birmingham in the UK.
Birmingham
in the UK.
In the UK.
Like the main guy has had solo albums out as well.
Mm.
It's not Pink Floyd.
Not Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd are actually from Birmingham, but they were starting in the 60s, so they started way before.
Right.
All right, I'll make it really easy. Really, really easy peasy. The main brainchild behind it, actually, when he first started off, it was him and another guy called Roy Wood that were in a band called The Move. But this
Duran is what Kathy's saying, or Yardbirds.
Duran, it's not Duran. Didn't get going till the 80s.
Yardbirds?
Yardbirds.
Wow.
Right, here we go. This is who's fastest on the trigger with it. And the main guy, the mainstay guy, is a traveling Wilbury, or was.
Oh.
Or was.
Well, I mean, he's still around, but he's not one of the ones that passed away.
He was with the Wilburys.
He was one of the Wilburys. I think he was, which one was
Paul McCartney.
ELO?
ELO.
Oh,
Kathy
look at
wins. Like, that's why I know it. Is that the one with Rock and Roll is King?
No, that's
oh my
one of
God, you know what?
It's called Messages, that one.
I think I have that album.
He's the guy from Traveling Wilburys that nobody knows.
Yeah, he's the
guy with the beard, the hair. Nobody.
Jeff Lynne.
Like,
Jeff Lynne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
I think I have that album too, but I didn't recognize the backside.
Yeah. ELO, Electric Light Orchestra.
All right, Kathy.
They were good.
So my ELO connection here, ELO, the one with Rock and Roll is King. It might be. Is it called Rock and Roll is King? Maybe that album.
I think it's called Messages or something like that. There's an album called Time.
Messages would be right because at the end,
yeah,
it has a backwards message on it.
Yes, that's the one.
And if you play it backwards, which I got in trouble for doing because I heard it, my dad's, this, you gotta put this needle like this, and I turned it backwards, and it says Rock and Roll is King.
There you go. Yeah, Rock and Roll is King.
Wow.
Yeah. Jeff Lynne. His volume of work is incredible.
Kathy says Jeff Lynne is the only one I know from ELO, and I think Jeff Lynne is the only one anybody knows from ELO.
Yeah. Well, originally here's a bit of history. He had a band called what was he called? Forgot what they call now. And then somebody left this band called The Move, which was a huge band in the UK. But they had a writer who was like one of the most underrated rock pop writers called Roy Wood. And they left that band to do Electric Light Orchestra. And then Roy got bored after the first album and went off to form Wizard. And Jeff Lynne stayed with the ELO and made it what it was. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Idle Race Jeff Lynne was in originally. That was the band in the 60s.
I think when our show was done, I think I'm going to get another beer and I'm going to listen to some ELO.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah.
Because they're a great band.
Yeah.
I used to love that.
Show being done, it is after 11.
Wow. Wow, that went fast.
Wow, we did it.
Oh, look at
look at that.
Come on,
got
bloody
1 minute to go, and he shows up.
Back roof for the last hour.
How you doing, pal?
You're not getting paid tonight, Ringo.
I'm good. Just
We're not paying your fee tonight. That's it.
Wow, you got like a whole bunch of people on here.
Yeah.
Cool.
So can we ask you quickly, how was your week?
Deborah even said I'm cute.
It was actually pretty good. Yep.
Good.
Is that it?
Good.
Pretty busy. So
we're glad we're glad you could show your pretty face.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We were missing the voice of an angel earlier.
I noticed it was a little glitchy on here.
Yeah.
A bit. Yeah. Derek, I'll have to look into why that happened. I mean, nothing's changed, but I noticed something has changed. So we'll have to sort that out, that technical part. Yep. The coyotes are out again. I can hear
Ringo kicked me off.
Yeah. No,
promoting my band too much.
Eh? Yeah, you've got too much control. I can't allow that to happen.
No. It's not the voice of an angel, it's the voice of authority.
Yeah. So are you guys packing up now? Or
we literally I just did the whole segue into the outro.
Yeah.
Oh, you did the outro or no?
Literally, I'm like, no. So anyways, and then
we're still broadcasting though.
Yes, we are.
Well, it would have broadcasted until you got home and turned it off anyways, because like we're done.
All right. Well, I guess so what, give me a highlight. What happened?
Well, my dog came in for a visit. And she sold the show.
Yeah. Everybody said, "Oh, how cute, how lovely."
We went on a little political rant because I just had to once again reaffirm that I am not left, I am not right, I am not center. I think that whole bird should be hung up, and we should all feast from it.
Yes.
So why was somebody?
Kathy won the backside.
Yeah, who won the backside? Sorry,
Kathy. Yeah, she got ELO.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's very cool.
Sandra, you got some competition, bud.
Yeah.
Yep.
See what we can find for next week.
Yeah, it's all between the girls now, man. They're taking it all the time.
Yeah.
Final remains.
What was I going to say? I don't know. Kind of escape. Oh yeah. So I ran into a friend of ours, Baz Little Rock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Actually, he was selling something on Marketplace, an amp head, a Line 6. And like I had mentioned, I'm doing some rehearsing with the band, and I don't want to take any of my, Marshalls and all the stuff over there. So I got this cool guitar head, and the studios that we jam in have, where Cherry Studio is, Derek?
Cherry Beach Studio, yeah.
Cherry
been there
Beach,
live.
So we've been rehearsing there the last couple of weeks. So I just wanted to kind of get something well used, and definitely Baz's, amp head is well used, and it's got all built-in effects, so it's easy peasy for rehearsals, right? And I can leave it in my trunk, so nobody try and steal it, please. But
it's a Line 6. Who'd want to steal that?
Exactly. Yeah. No. Actually, so he was showing me, like he's got the one I bought, so it's got a pedal board, and it's got the volume and the wah pedal, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty well used. But he bought a Black Star amp, and I've got one in my office, actually, a little combo, and those are really, really heavy. I mean, just great sounding amps, right? So, but he's got the big brother. So, so there's Deborah's hand.
So Ringo, if you're rehearsing, are you going back on the road?
Yeah, that's my plan. I've been watching Johnny No Cash.
Right.
Yeah,
so you're
doing the van life. So I've got something close with my bug out trailer. So I figure, if I become a practicing musician again, I can maybe out tour Derek here, who plays almost every weekend and night.
Let me tell you something. We played a show last Wednesday there was 10 people and 3 other bands, which were all ska bands. So there was like 90 people there.
Yep.
But actual people, paying people, there was only like 10. There was only a few people there.
Oh, okay.
And
90 people though. That's pretty
moral
good.
of the story is, it doesn't matter how many people are there. One of those people was somebody who was somebody, and he came up to us after the show and offered us a contract.
Nice.
And we said we have to check it out first. But
like a record,
for anybody out there, it doesn't matter how many people are there. Always play your arse off as hard as you can. Like,
so wait a minute. So wait, tell us more about that. So you had what, like some kind of
an owner of a record label
Yeah.
was at the show
Yeah.
because we were playing with some guys who were signed, right?
Yeah.
He was at the show, and after we finished playing, he came up to us and said, "Guys, I want you on my label. We have to talk right now."
Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
And went okay and did the whole, here's my number, here's your number, and then Matt contacted him.
So was it a label you heard of, or like the label on?
It's one of
Michael's
Stomp's
Underwear?
under labels.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, who's under label?
Stomp Records.
Oh, Stomp Records. Yeah, I know them. They're
out of Montreal.
They do Annie Queens, right?
They do Annie Queens. They're doing...
So that's I know the guy from Stomp. Well, sort of, but yeah,
it's one of their under labels. Like you go to them first, and then Stomp checks you out.
Oh,
gotcha. Very good. That's exciting news, buddy.
Yeah, it is exciting. I'm not trying to downplay it. Being a competitive rock star myself, who's got no sand. Yeah,
different genres.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't
very cool.
A couple of the guys. Yeah. Well, I guess so. This thing I'm starting is all covers. It's not original at all. There's nothing original about it.
Oh.
You gotta make it original.
I don't know.
Once you hear the voice of an angel,
you got to put your special touch in it, man.
No,
right?
You know what? We just want to get out and gig and have fun, and then we'll see where all this stuff goes, right? And then a couple of guys from the band have vaporized on. We were on like a WhatsApp thing, and now it's just the only guys left on it are myself and Brian, our drummer, and then of course Phil. He was getting, it's because of COVID, right? Like in part, but it's, at the end of the day, it's like, COVID, I think, was a test in a lot of ways because, Brian's still into it. And so is Phil. It's just, he took a break from, because if you have pre-existing stuff and you're unsure, I mean, he lives out in the sticks now.
Yep.
But yeah, him and I have no intention of walking away from a lot of hard work, right? But so I have no idea where that's going to go. And honestly, who knows? I mean, I'd like to release it at some point, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think you should, buddy.
Yeah.
Just have to find, you'll feel it. You'll find the right moment and you go, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, well, Junior keeps asking to, send something over so he can do something with it, but I don't know. Let's see. Wait and see. I just want to get out and get back out and play a bit, right?
Yeah.
Because I got the itch when we went to the Friday thing, Derek.
I was going to say, did you get the itch when you went for a sing there?
Yeah. When the three of us went, that
was great.
Yeah. We have to
I'm so glad you went up.
Yeah.
Oh, go on another Friday. We'll get George to come up.
We should plan it. Bring, that would be good. We'll all go out. And it's inside now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in inside.
Yeah.
So
we'll do that. Let's
have your hair over your earplugs.
Yeah. So Kathy's saying congrats to Derek and the House of Haunt.
Yeah.
The House of Haunt.
Yeah, you got to put the Kathy. If you just put House of Haunt, there's a million of them.
Yeah. Here,
so I can
look professional too. I'll just put these bad boys on. Look at that.
Those are for shooting guns. Are those wireless or for shooting guns?
Yeah, no, they're wireless. I have never experienced sound like these bad boys. They're Sennheiser.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wireless. Holy shit! Like what I like doing late in the evening is I'll watch movies or I'll put some tunes on through these. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like being there. It's so good.
I got one called Rig for my PlayStation.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing. Like you just hear everything. It sounds like it's surround sound.
Mm. Yeah, that actually has a button right on them. You hit that, it says surround, and it's like it gives it so much depth. It's crazy.
Wow.
So,
Does that work off Bluetooth, off your TV or whatever? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I can use it for my TV, for my stereo, whatever I want. Right? It's very, very cool.
Wow.
So my daughter's boyfriend Dylan, he's I don't know, kind of stays here a lot. Anyway, he's got some of his, I guess, PlayStation or whatever it is. But there's a set downstairs he's got with this Oculus thing. You put it on and and you hold these two wands. It's like some kind of virtual reality thing. So I've never tried it, but it looks pretty wild because I'll go downstairs.
You get car sick?
What's that?
You get car sick?
Yeah, I stopped playing
like
video games because I would get almost a little bit of vertigo kind of feeling, right? Dizzy.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of videos of people that have those on, and you see them, they're standing up in the room and they're freaking out, and they move and they trip over the coffee table or the furniture, and they're wiping out, and it's pretty it's pretty weird.
I was playing with my sons, right? And I got a VR headset for my PlayStation, but my son's Oculus or whatever it is called, that's the one you're talking about, the wands.
Yeah.
I put it on and I'm playing for like 15, 20 minutes, and I started getting a headache, and my stomach started feeling nauseous. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I just thought I should take it off. I wasn't feeling well. I take it off, I feel fine. Like, oh my God, I'm car sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's different. I remember my episode with it was I had a big screen TV. Well, I don't know, the back projector ones, right?
Yeah.
But I was in my basement way back in Sudbury playing Halo. And so what I would do is I would get up like at 5 a.m. and I'd go down and I'd play Halo or whatever because the family wouldn't get up until like 9-ish or whatever. So so Saturday morning I'd have these 4 hours that I could do whatever I wanted, right? And so I do that, and I was actually at the point in the game where I was inside the Halo, and it's this big thing that kind of rolls. But anyway, it just creeped up on me, and I started to feel really nauseous, and went up and puked my guts out. And then I came back to it like a few days later because honestly I was sick all day. So I thought, well, I might have got a bug or whatever. But then I came back to try Halo again about 3 days later, and immediately I started to feel nauseous again. I'm like, no, this is not working. Wow. So I mean, since then I've played a little bit of what is it, Black Cell, or those first person shooter things, and I can't do it. I just can't. So it's the motion, right? Your brain
have to do it without the headset on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe.
Just put it up on the TV and you're good.
Yeah. I just can't really, depending on what kind of game it is, I'm not a gamer. I mean, there was never a point where I was a super gamer anyway. But no.
Oh.
I kind of still am.
Yeah.
I am too, and I miss it so bad because I got nothing set up right now, but I want to set it up so bad.
Well, I just got the new Battlefield, and it is awesome. I play it on a projector. It's wicked.
Yeah.
Huh. Is that Star Wars Battlefield or?
No, it's its own game. It's Call of Duty's rival.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, the Call of Duty stuff is neat. Actually, I was watching a TikTok video. Go figure. I never thought I would get into that until they started putting them on Facebook.
Oh, I can't do it. I tried.
Well, it showed a kid, like a young kid, maybe like, I don't know, definitely wasn't even 15, maybe 10, 12 years old, at a shooting range with his dad. And he's got a Glock. Yeah. And he's just handling like the Glock like it's nothing. But the point of the video was that he literally learned that from gaming, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, Hike.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so. Well, we had to stay on a little bit to give poor Johnny Ringo a little bit of a chance to be in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, awesome. So next week
Hey,
we have
you clean up not too bad, by the way, Ringo.
What's that?
You clean up not too bad, by the way.
I know. Look at that.
Yeah,
You got no hat, you got
my days.
no glasses.
Yeah,
You just need that little white collar around your neck.
kinda look-
You'll be fine.
boring and maybe slightly unattractive, but hey,
It's all good,
maybe,
pal.
maybe not. I don't know.
Night,
So-
Deborah.
Hey, Deb. See
Like,
ya.
say good night already?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's saying night. See, she's like, I can't take it no more, guys.
I can't.
Too
deal with it
exciting.
anymore.
Too much excitement.
Thank you, Sandra.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes. Yeah. Great fan. So next week we have, who are they on again, Derek, next week?
A tarantula tapes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what
it.
is that again? What's that all about?
It's a record label. They release on tapes, on cassette tapes.
Well,
Cassette.
maybe that's what I should put my stuff out on.
Oh. Well, save
Will
it
you
for
sign
next
us?
week. We'll have a chat with our guests to see what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can ask them right out, what's the pros and cons of CD or tapes?
So I've dragged some of my old tapes out, I think. See
There
what's
you
still
go,
got on
George. Now we're
tape.
talking.
Maybe I've got a
That sounds
backside and a tape.
A little backside, right?
A little backside on a cassette tape. Yeah.
A wee
A wee
backside.
little backside.
Yeah.
A
A
wee
wee
one.
bit of fluff.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, I would thank our guests for being on tonight, but the only one that's kind of like a guest is Ringo because he came in late and he looks awesome, and we just all were so happy to see him.
Yeah.
So
well,
thanks for showing up, Mr. Ringo.
yeah.
And thank
Life
you to our
happens
fans that were a part of our show tonight, which is Sandra, John, Kathy, Sean, Bobby, and Deborah. You guys rock. You're awesome. I know you'll be on again next Monday night at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show. See y'all then. We get
Ciao.
dirty at 9:30.
Yeah.
Somebody hit the button. Who's going to hit?
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.
So yeah, those Halloween haunt guys are really something, aren't they? I like the video, and they're kind of scary. But I hope to see them again, maybe live next time. But I am going to check out their socials and look them up on Facebook for sure. And I'm going to like them because I like them. See you next time.